my balls together. Well, that sounds kinky. Alright, I'm Craig and this is Diary of an Angry Scottish Golfer. This is a weekly YouTube video series that I do that just tracks my progress trying to get better at golf, everything I'm doing to try and get down to a scratch handicap. If you are new to this channel and you enjoy golf YouTube videos, things like this, please consider subscribing because that would be very nice of you. Once I'm able to get to 1,000 subscribers and I can monetize this YouTube channel, every single penny that's raised through this YouTube channel will be donated in its entirety to a rescue dog charity. So basically, if you subscribe to this channel, if you watch the videos, you're essentially doing your bit for charity. So it makes you a very good person. Today's video, this week's video, I've come up to do a practice session. I'm just come up to do a bit of short game practice, a little bit of pottering around, and one of the guys who subscribed messaged me and asked about warm-up routines, just to like do a video on what I do for a warm-up routine. So I'm just going to run through the warm-up that I do whenever I'm playing golf in a competitive match. I think a lot of videos that come out on this subject seem to be a bit overzealous. Like the average golfer who has a job and plays golf can't really come, like if you've got kids and stuff, you can't really show up to the golf course an hour early, warm up properly like what the tour pros do and stuff. I just think it's not feasible. For me, like the maximum I'll arrive is maybe 30 minutes early, most likely 20 minutes. So the warm up I do just to get going for a round. For me, a warm up is all about gaining confidence. So there's a few things in particular that I do that are geared towards that as opposed to practice session, as it were. I think a lot of people practice instead of warming up and they're two very different things. So anyway, I'll hop over and just run you through what my warm-up is. Like a lot of these videos, they talk about like dynamic warm-up routines and stuff. I think that's very good, but the whole point of this channel is that I'm very honest with everybody on it. So if I was telling you that I did that, that would be a lie. I don't do that. The most I'll do is I'll rock up and I'll do that and you'll hear my back and all my muscles crack. That, maybe the odd one of those. Other than that, I just begin swinging. This is a warm-up, it's not a practice session, so for me, I'll always warm up in a net as opposed to out on a range where I can see it. An argument could be made that it's better to see what the ball's doing, and I totally get that. But for me, everything in this warm-up is geared towards building confidence, so if I start seeing the ball go somewhere I don't want it to, I know the type of person I am. I'm then going to start tinkering with my swing and try to fix that, and that's not what this is about. Like if you don't have it by the time you show up at the golf club that morning, chances are you're not going to find it in the 20 minutes you've got. So you'd be better, for me, I'm just better maximising that time by getting my body loose. So that's really all I do. I'm pretty OCD with stuff, so I'll always hit balls in the net. I'll always warm up with the same 3 clubs. I'm a pretty odd guy, so they're odd numbers. 9-iron, a 7-iron and a 5-iron, that's all I'll hit. So the first few swings I'll make will be very technical feels that I'm trying to do. So if anyone's interested, I can definitely do a video on what my swing feels are and why. Like there's a couple of swing changes that I need to make to get a bit better, and that's what I'm feeling immediately. So I don't really care how these feel. This is purely just to loosen off the body, like slowly obviously. So that's 3 that I've done there, and then I'll begin to ramp it up with a bit of like momentum, I guess. A few more shots with my 9-iron, so that's 1 very technical, 1 a bit more momentum-y, and then the last one, they're still nowhere near like gaming pace, but these are definitely fuller shots, as it were. That felt good. Like I say, this whole thing's about getting your confidence up for your round. So that's what you want. Just like, oh, that feels good, that feels good, that feels good. You go up to the first. Nail it. That felt good. So, like I say, I'm an odd guy. I'll do that with a 9-iron, 7-iron and 5-iron. So I'm gonna put this in fast forward and I'll hop in and do it with the 7-iron and 5-iron. Right, so now I'm going to hit my final 3 shots with my 5-iron and then that's pretty much me done. That felt good. That's what I mean, is like the amount of times that you hit these and you're just like, that felt good, that felt good, that felt good. As opposed to I could hit these, fair enough, it could feel good, and it could be missing left. But I don't know, I would rather personally just walk to the first tee feeling fully confident than seeing where without seeing where it goes, as opposed to knowing where it goes, feeling like it's moving maybe a bit more left than I want, then I'll try to fuck about with stuff. I just think that's not as good for me. And the 3-ball thing is the way I practice, especially technical stuff, because you get a break between the 3, so like it's kind of like a gym session, innit? I'm trying to do 3 things, or like one thing 3 times. I get a little break whilst I go and pick them up and reset. It's not a massive break, and like I say, it still helps get everything done quite quickly. Last one. All right, done. So once I've hit all the balls where I'm warming up, the last thing I'll do, you imagine a game of noughts and crosses. I'll put it up on the screen so you can see what I mean, and I'll just run through the shots that I want to hit. So like bottom right, that would be a low draw, bottom left, low fade, top right, high draw, top left, high fade. Obviously with this, Tiger Woods does it so that you can see the balls going down. Again, because of how I like to warm up, I don't like to see the shot, so I basically just go off pure feel. So if I'm hitting a low draw, yep, I would be happy to deem that a low draw. Then I'll just hit a normal draw. Yep, that felt good. So literally I'm just going off feel. I'm just like, yeah, that felt like that would have been a draw. And then a high draw. Those would have felt all right, which makes sense. My shots are right to left. I'm pretty comfortable moving the ball that way. And what I'll do is I'll tick it off in my head in terms of what shots I have today. So like there's some days where, and I only give myself one at it because I feel like that's representative of the, representative, is that word? Representative of the course. So these are the ones that I'll struggle with. So if I was to try and play a low fade, for example, I know I can just feel that that was a pull, so I don't have that. I don't have that shot. A normal fade, that would have faded, I feel like. So I think I've got a normal fade today. I don't have a low fade. And a high fade. That was a high fade, I think. So yeah, I'll just do that, and then I'll go down the middle and feel like I can hit straight shots. And I'll just take off in my head, I'll be like, okay, do I have the high fade today? Do I have this shot? And then if it comes to a situation, of course, where I need it and I don't have it, then I don't play that shot. I just think, it's not worth it, you don't have it. Just do what you're comfortable with. So that's what I do for that. Then I'll talk to you about what I do with my pitching. Everything's geared towards building my confidence. So I don't want to go at one of these flags and then make an arse of it. So literally all I'm doing is just hitting at nothing. Just try to make contact with the bottom of the ball. Just hitting kind of, I don't even know how far they go. I'm not bothered. It's just they're getting the feel for pitching. They're pretty much next to each other. So I'll hit those up, then I'll go and get them, I'll hit them back, so that's 6 shots, and then I'll hit chips up. They're not next to each other, but they're not a million miles away. Those two in particular, I hit those a bit better. This was the first one. So I'm aiming back down at the green, but I'm not aiming at a flag. Like I say, I can't stress enough how the point of this warm-up for me is just to get everything moving the right way. Pick that one a little bit knifey. Rhythm. That one was picked quite well. So I've hit 3 pitches up, 3 pitches back, that's 6 shots. Good maths. And now I'll hit 3 little chips, again not aiming at anything at all. Just genuinely, just not even really thinking about anything, just trying to make a decent enough contact. Just like they've gone near that flag, but I'm not trying to make them go near that flag. I'm not thinking about anything. Just purely hitting some chips. Yeah. I won't hit out of bunkers before I play. For me, like I say, this whole thing's about gaining confidence, and at the course I play at, I think it's similar with most parkland courses, the bunkers aren't very consistent. The bunkers on the practice area are absolutely nothing like the bunkers on the course, so yeah, I'm not gaining anything out of it, and if anything I might fat one or knife one, and then I go to the first tee with not confident. I go to the first tee and confidence takes a knock. Last thing I do before I play is putting. I talked about last week in the video that I'm trying to get away from outcome being where I get success from, like the score or whatever, or the shot. Me, it's all internal, it's all process stuff. So again, when I'm hitting putts, I'm literally just hitting putts, trying to hit the middle of the putter face. I'm not bothered about the ball going in the hole. A lot of people say that they like to see the ball going in the hole, and I'm not bothered about pace or anything, because the amount of courses I've played where I'm literally not even paying attention. The amount of courses that I've played where the putting green's nothing like the speed of the course, it seems to be quite common, so I don't get anything from that. So I'm hitting putts, I'm not trying to hit the same putt, I'm not trying to make them go the same distance. I'm literally just hitting putts. So I'll do, everything seems to be in an odd number. They're near each other, that wasn't intended. That one was middled. They're all pretty close. When I do feel like I want to hit a couple of short ones, what I'll do is I'll hit the first one, and then I'll try and hit the ball. Ah, came off. I'll try and hit the ball with the second and third ones. Ah, missed it right. And then I'll do that just a couple of times before I pick my ball up. So that's like a good distance for like the ones that you definitely want to hole. Yeah, that's it. So then that's pretty much all I do. So I hit my shots in the nets to try and build confidence, because I'm not bothered about where the ball goes, and I don't start panicking if it goes somewhere I don't want it to go. Again, I hit wedges with no real target, and I come out and hit some putts with no real target. The last thing I do is just hit some balls, hit my balls together. Well, that sounds kinky. So that's it for today's video. All it was a run through of my warm-up, because I'm very accommodating. If you guys ask me to do a video, I'll do the video. I'm nice like that. So I'm well and truly warmed up now, so I'm gonna go and practice properly. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you like the video, please hit the like button and all that, carry on. I have decided that I'm gonna stop posting the stuff on social media. Like, I'm still doing the videos. I think the new day is probably gonna be Thursdays at maybe 7 PM. Haven't decided yet. A little couple of weeks off, and I'm very chilled about it now. So I'm not gonna bother posting stuff on social media anymore. It'll probably go up on maybe the Facebook page. But other than that, like Instagram and stuff, I feel like I bother people by posting it. Social media is not really my thing. So thanks for watching. See you next week. Cheery.